Do you think that your skin has blackheads or sebaceous filaments? Well, let's take a minute now and decide if that is the case for you. Maybe you have both. And how do you actually even identify what the differences are? So we're going to pause and we're first going to begin with blackheads, or comedone, as we fondly call them in the aesthetics world. What is it? It usually shows up in the pore, right? We look in the mirror and we see it. Usually we can check it out. We see it on our nose and sometimes on our forehead. And any of those like crevices, you know, there are little sticking crannies everywhere. You'll see like, oh, there it is. And then you go squeeze it out and sometimes it pops out and it's really, really dark on the edge. Well, blackheads are usually caused by stuff that is coming at us from our environment. Could be particulate matter, it could be from cosmetics, it could be from just perspiration as well, or any buildup of skin cells that is just sitting on the outside of the skin and like lands into the pore and gets stuck and it kind of plugs it up. And then as the air gets to it, it starts to get dark, so it oxidizes, so it looks like it's a black color and a blackhead. So that's where that term comes from. So that's one. So think of blackheads are caused by your environment coming at you and sticking in the pore. A sebaceous filament, on the other hand, is something that naturally occurs in our bodies all the time. So if you were to take, let's say, follow your hair shaft all the way down, you're like I was like a fireman pole, and you like slide all the way down, and you go through the skin, and you're inside the skin now, and you look maybe over to your right or to your left, you're going to see the oil gland. And the oil gland is there and it's got a big job. It's really important to produce oil, and it presses the oil out and it follows the hair back up onto the surface of the skin and it creates a coverage. So it's like a protective barrier on our skin. So first of all, we need it. Okay, so something we don't want to get rid of. But what happens is that oil travel, so that transport, from the gland up the follicle, can also get level with your pore. So as it's moving across the skin, it becomes level. But the only difference here is that it's going to be coming from the inside, traveling upwards, and the color of it will be a little bit different. As you mentioned, right? Remember, the blackheads are going to be dark in color, the blackened in color because it's been oxidized. But a sebaceous filament will be more like a gray, kind of a beigey color. So that is actually one of the fastest ways for you to look and see which one you have. And you might have a combination of both. That can happen. And so good to know the difference. So one is naturally occurring and the other one just happens from your environment. And the one that happens from the environment, like your blackheads or comedones, you can usually get them extracted. So the esthetician, or even if you're yourself and you know what you're doing, you can gently press and move that blackhead away from the skin. Sebaceous filaments, on the other hand, are a little bit different because they are naturally occurring from inside your own body, from your oil glands. So this means that you could go see an esthetician to help you do the extraction of it, but it's only going to be very temporary and just kind of superficially take care of it. So we tend to lean on products to really help us with managing and maintaining the skin so that these sebaceous filaments are not so obvious on the surface of the skin. So take a minute after you watch this in the next video and maybe go take a look a little closer where you're going to see them. And you do tend to see sebaceous filaments the same places you may find your blackheads, just because the larger pore area or the more oil that you secrete in your skin. So managing with products is the easiest thing. So in your regular home care routine, you can reach for a couple of really great things. You can use your cleansers to do this work for you. You can pick a little bit of a physical exfoliation treatment. So chemical exfoliants are fine too. Nothing to fret there, but looking at fast and easy maintenance, so physical exfoliation that could be added into your cleanser, or you could look for multi-purpose cleansers that have a bit of an exfoliating property to them and a cleansing agent. So number one, a good deep cleanse helps the most to get things started. And then your finishing products will be very helpful as well. You want to have a leave-on product that's also going to help with pore management, we'll call it, as in pores, as in P-O-R-E, okay, to take really good care of your skin. So I'm going to pull up a couple of products that are super fast, easy to use. A couple of them will be multi-purpose as well. So you have heard of me, and if you haven't yet heard me talk about double cleansing, you'll know how effective it is, especially if you tend to be a little bit on the oilier side, where this condition of sebaceous filaments could be a little bit more dominant for you, is taking a beautiful oil-based cleanser first and then following it with a gel or a cleansing using a deeper cleanser. So in this case, I've got our beautiful Stone Crop Cleansing Oil. I personally enjoy this one a lot due to the featuring of using oils for oil to help lift off the impurities to the skin, but also this skin super hydrated and very flexible. So if you tend to have a little bit of a tightness to the skin, even if you're oily, you can have tightness to your skin. This is really going to bring that flexibility back and create some comfort. And if you're dry, and you have the same concerns of either blackheads or in this particular case, sebaceous filaments, you can definitely use the cleansing oil as well. After you use the cleansing oil, you have to rinse it off, and then when you do your next step, immediately is when you follow with the second part. So I have actually purposely picked up the Mangosteen Daily Resurfacing Cleanser because it's a dual cleanser. Okay, this is like one of those perfectly awesome, there's 2 in 1 here. So you get a beautiful exfoliating action as well as a deep cleansing. Everybody can use it, and I think it just lifts, especially cosmetics, off the skin beautifully. Love it. So day and night, no problem. So that's one option. The second option is you can add in physical exfoliation. In this case, I love our Stone Crop Oxidating Physiofoliant for a couple of reasons. One, it's physical, love it, and it's easily tossed in or tapped into your cleansers. I would tend to stay probably more with a gel or a cream cleanser versus an oil cleanser as a tip, or standalone. Just a little bit of water with the Physiofoliant will do the job, and it does create a foliant effect, which was really going to get in there and get that super deep cleansing action in for the pores that you're going to be admiring. And the skin won't feel incredibly dry when you're done with this either, so you'll still have some flexibility and hydration left to the skin, which is a great thing to keep in mind when you're using 2-in-1 cleansers. So for the cleansing, you can multi-purpose is my best recommendation. And then for leave-on, look for nice lightweight moisturizers or serums too you could use that could go on underneath, let's say, your SPF for the daytime, because remember, SPF for day, but if it's in the evening, you can just pick something that's going to care for the skin, help minimize the pore and manage it as well. So I have the Acne Advanced Hydrator, Clarifying Hydrator here. It's just got a little kick to it, and I think it's a really effective one. You don't need it very often either, so you could target treat if you wish just those areas of concern that you have. As I mentioned, those hot zones, probably right here in between the eye and just in that mid forehead. Of course, those little hidden spots that are in those edges, and of course the top of the nose, which is I think where most of us see it first. We also see it in the chin, but I don't want to discredit the rest of the face. Other areas we do tend to see it a little bit, could be where the skin can get a little bit warmer too when oil production tends to kick up a bit, right here on those hot zones of underneath it on top of the cheek. So we might see here you're going to be squeezing and trying to get it all out there. My advice, manage it through cleansing, gentle exfoliation, and an effective moisturizer. You'll get a lot further along than trying to do some extractions on your own. So quick recap, blackheads are going to be caused from your environment. Sebaceous filaments are caused from inside your natural secretion method of producing oil. So you can manage them both, but manage them all a little bit differently. I hope that was very helpful for you doing your own skin analysis and identifying the issues that you may already visually see on your skin. And hopefully you're walking away with a couple great tips that you can add to your routine today. I'm Natalie with another In the Mix for Eminence Organic Skincare. And as always, if you want to see more of these, don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time.